at 102.5 KNIX. With Dave Coulier in studio, you guys probably remember him from Full House with Bob Saget, who turns out to be this huge pervert, which nobody knew at the time.
You know, I always tell people that Bob is my filthy Jewish sister. Yeah, he likes to work a little blue, as the kids say.
Yeah. What a polar opposite, though, from that show. That's what kind of freaked everybody out. I'm like, Bob Saget does a dirty act? What?
Bob and I were friends way before we did Full House. I met Bob when I was 18 years old, and he's always been a triple R. Mm-hmm. And so we end up on Full House together, this G-rated family sitcom. We got 25 million viewers a week, and I always thought, how is Bob ever going to go back to being Bob Saget on stage now that he's Danny Tanner? Because people were like, yeah, we're going to see the Bob Saget show. Yeah, right. Danny Tanner, Full House rocks, Then those same people are sitting there with their mouth wide open in the front row 5 minutes into his set going, I can't believe he lived in that house with those 3 little girls all those years.
Don't let the Olsen twins in.
But, he's funny, and, my show is clean. We've always been kind of yin and yang, and I've always just thought, and I'm not a prude. I love the Richard Pryors and the George Carlins and Lenny Bruce's of the world, but, I've always just thought funny is funny, and I don't think that way. I don't think of, throwing F-bombs.
Right. Well, you're going to be at the Tempe Improv. You were there last night. You're going to be tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday night.
And Sunday for the long weekend. So
see, that's how you know a comedian's good. If they book him for 4 nights, you know they've got something.
Or they're really desperate.
Right. Exactly.
It's Memorial Day weekend. We got to get somebody in here.
So what is the Dave Coulier show like? Is it about relationships? I know you do some impressions.
I do a couple impressions here and there. What are you, a wise guy? I'm like a clown or something? Like I amuse you? What? Unbelievable.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah, it's very eclectic. I do some music, I do some voices, I do some observational stuff. It kind of there's a little method to my madness. It all kind of strings together, but it's it's an hour and 15 minutes of It's not an episode of Full House. It's my humor, but you can bring anybody. You can bring your boss. You can bring your parents. You don't have to worry that you're going to see crotch grabbing and an F-bomb.
Comedian Dave Coulier in studio. You may remember him from Full House. Actually, Joe, our producer, is about 28, 29, or it might be 30. 31. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's how guys are about birthdays. But he literally grew up watching Full House. I mean, that's wheelhouse.
Yeah, you're in the Full House wheelhouse, exactly. Yeah. Well, I do a lot of concert dates at colleges around the country, and they all grew up on Full House, and it's like being the Beatles walking out. I mean, it's crazy. Full House is on in over 100 countries still. It's on 2 networks here, ABC Family and Nickelodeon, every day. And there's something in the Kool-Aid, and we can't figure it out. But people just, from kids, people who grew up watching Full House, whose 5-year-olds are just discovering the show now, to grandparents. I mean, it's just, it's a really wide family demographic, and we had no intention of doing that. We were just trying to do the best show we could.
I would imagine you don't have to work a day in your life with the residuals.
Yeah, you got to be set.
Well, yeah, look at this shirt.
Yeah, that's a
look
polo.
That's a polo. I mean, are you kidding me? Yeah, rolling in the dough. Brinks truck every day. Oh, yeah.
Dave, what did you do to Alanis Morissette to deserve You Ought to Know, written about you?
Well, I will never admit that song is about me, because the guy in that song is a big tool,
Yeah.
And you know what? Say whatever you want. She and I dated a long time ago. This is old information. This is 1995.
But it's one of those things, like you were saying earlier during the break, it's like people forget.
I forgot. I mean, I probably knew when I was playing her record in my car. I probably remember.
Yeah. No, I always have taken the high road with her, because she's an incredible lady. She smart, funny. I never saw like that angry chick, from Jagged Little Pill, but she was writing a lot of that stuff when we were together. And the first time I listened to Jagged Little Pill, there was a lot of stuff in there that was, let's just say, very familiar.
Yeah.
And but she's great. We departed as friends, and I have nothing bad to say about her. She's great.
Isn't it ironic? Remember all those songs?
Don't you think?
Hey, and one last point about Full House. All of the the stars of that show that were kids are still doing pretty good.
Everybody's doing great.
I mean, most child stars, as we know, do not end up well.
Yeah, we're really fortunate. You know, people had their ups and downs, but everybody does in their lifetime, you know. And kids who grew up under that microscope of television, it's even way harder. But we all still get together. Stamos texted me yesterday, and Jody Sweeten was just at my house for a barbecue. Candace Cameron was at my house a few weeks ago. I had lunch with Lori Loughlin last month. You know, Saget calls me every half hour.
Lori Loughlin, if you want to share that number.
Yeah. Lori's happily married. She married Massimo, the clothing designer.
Oh, she's doing it.
Yeah,
Massimo, like from the Target collection?
Yeah,
Massimo?
yeah, exactly.
That's my favorite line.
Exactly, that Massimo.
Wow.
Yeah, they've got 2 daughters together and a son, and it's all good. We became this dysfunctional family off camera, and you know, we remain friends. It's pretty cool.
We'll catch Dave Coulier tonight, tomorrow night, Sunday night. It's a 3-day holiday weekend, and you're at the Tempe Improv every night this weekend. So
yeah, come on
have
out.
fun.
Yeah, thanks.
We love it. I know
Appreciate
you
it.
did great last night. So
Thanks.
All right, Dave. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Dave.